Welcome to Tech for You GH Consultant. This is 90 Days Excel Skills Challenge, and today is day 39. Today we are looking at advanced logic with nested ifs. In our previous discussion on if logical statement, we considered the possible logic with a possible outcome of true or false. So we considered only two outcomes of the if statement. We looked at it, but you would agree with me that business environment or workplace realities do not always have just only two outcomes. We can have example like academic gradings where a lecturer is grading the student, and there are various level of grades that you assign depending on the marks you get, like A, B, C, D, and F. We can also have a financial audit where, we have something like overdue, due soon, paid, and then dispute, and so forth, like not paid and others. So one scenario can have multiple solutions that, or results that actually we can assign to the task to see. So the work is not only the two outcomes, true or false, but we can have multiple of them. Sales target, we can have something like platinum, gold, silver, bronze, and all that. So one formula is assigning all these ones, and we use the if to automate it. So if we don't have the nested if, it becomes a bit difficult. And now there are advanced functions that can also support in doing that, like the if statement, but they all work on the logic of the nested ifs. That's why we need to spend time to go through the nested ifs and understand how they apply to these scenarios that I'm describing, so that when you get any advanced functions, it becomes a bit easier for you to understand. So the nested if is the process of putting one if statement inside another if statement to allow Excel to evaluate multiple conditions in a specific sequence. So the if logic works like if true or false. So if I get the true, what do I want to see? If I get the false, what do I want to see? So we can actually put the if within an if statement to evaluate conditions, and by the time we're done, we'll be able to evaluate multiple conditions. So the syntax and the logic works like Excel checks the first condition. If it is true, it stops and gives the result. If it is false, it moves to the next if. So we have the old way, which is called the nested ifs. And then we can have multiples of them. And then we'll have the modern way where we call the ifs statement, which is also a bit better than just the nested ifs. So let's look at example, and then we'll try both cases, and then at the end of the day, we stick to one, depending on the case. If your computer you are using has a current version of Excel, then you will be able to use the ifs. If you don't have, then you go by the nested ifs that you are able to do it. So let's look at the first example. So our first example is that we need to assign performance gradings to the employees based on their performance scores that we have here. So when you look down here, we have the grading scale. 90 and above is excellent. Between 75 to 89 is good. 60 to 74 is average. And then below 60 is poor. So let's look at how we do it. We agree that if is what we write first, and then we looked at the criteria. So we pick the if, and then the logical test. If this figure is greater than or equal to our 90, because it's 90 and above. So if it's greater than or equal to 90, what do we need to see? We need to put excellent. Let's see, we put an excellent. Yes, excellent. It's an excellent. And because it's a test within a double quotation, always remember we put them in a text in a function, we put them in a double quotation. So if it evaluates the first one and the answer is passes and meets true, it will turn excellent. If not, we go to another condition. So assuming it is not, so the second criteria we have here is that 75, if it is greater than or equal to 75, if it's greater than or equal to 75. Remember, it is this cell we are evaluating. If it's greater than or equal to 75, what do we put there? We put there is good. then comma. Then we can also put another one, if. So you see, we are putting ifs in an if. If the same cell we are evaluating is greater than or equal to, then the other max is if it is greater than or equal to 60. So if it's greater than or equal to 60, then what do we see? We see average. Otherwise means that any other that is below 60 will give us poor. So we do otherwise poor. So you leave it and then just enter poor in it, and then you close. One other thing about this one is that when you are done, you must count the number of times you open the if so that you close it at once. So we have 1, 2, 3. So you can close it 3. But the thing is that when you are closing, you pay a particular attention to it, and you see that the one that is closing is always highlighting, and it gives you the same colors as it is. So once we hit enter, we go back and we see that it has evaluated. In fact, the first cell is above 90, so it gives us excellent. We can then copy it, send it down, and then we'll be able to check if it is. So 74 is average, 65 is average, 48 is less than 60, which is poor, 81 is good, 59 is poor because it's less than 60, 77 is good, 88 is good, and then 90 is good. So when you look at it here, you see that we put an if in an if and if and if just to be able to evaluate all of them. It is not difficult. It is just for you to pay attention critically to it and know that you'll be able to do it. Let's try the other example and see. So here we are going to calculate the bonus, but the bonus has been given in percentage. Anybody who has a sales figure of 50,000 and above, give 20%. 20% of the total sales figure. And then between 30,000 to 49,999, give 10%. And then below 30,000, give 5%. So let's look at how we also do that place as well. So we use the if statement again, and then we say that if this figure is greater than or equal to 50,000, so we put the 50,000 inside, then it means that we are going to give that person 20%, and this time it's going to be 20% multiplied by the sales figure. So 20% multiplied by the sales figure. Then we do the comma. The next one is that if the same area we are evaluating, if the same sales that we are evaluating is also greater than or equal to, and the figure we are trying to look at is 30,000. If it's greater than or equal to 30,000, that's 1, 2, you give 10%. So 10% will be multiplying by 10% will be multiplying by the same sales figure, and then otherwise, %, will be multiplying by the sales figure. Otherwise, we give the person 5% multiply the sales figure. So here we have 1 if, 2, and 3, just 3. So when we get it like this, it's just 2, and then we close it, and then you hit enter. So it's 20% of 45,000 is 4,500. Sorry, it's 10% of 45,000 is 4,500. You will scroll it down, and then you see 60,000 will get 20%. Those that are above 50,000 will get 20%, and all sort of that. So with if, you are able to automate this type calculation, and whenever the amount that you are talking about here change, let's say this one goes to 85%, you'll see that the money or the bonus has also changed. So that's how the if statement or nested if also work in that regard. So it takes the logic, and the logic will have to be evaluated based on the criteria you are solving or the challenge you are addressing, and then you can put if in an if to address it. I think we do have some examples down here, an assignment that you have to do it. But here, let's look at if we want to use the ifs to address this one. So the ifs is also the if statement. So for those of you that have the current version, you can use the if. Here, we can just have the logical test, which is going to be if this figure that we have here is greater than or equal to 80, then the person gets an A. Other than that, if they say, so here you don't put any if again. The logical test one again will just be the condition, the logical test, no the if. So the if that we entered in the nested if multiple times here, you just enter it once and the Excel understand that you are writing logic. So the second logic will highlight, and then the second logic is going to take what to do. So if it is greater than or equal to 70, comma, what do we give? We give B. And then another third logic is also going to be if the same place is greater than or equal to 60. What do you get? If it's greater than or equal to 60, we give you C. And then once you close it, the logic 4 also opens. And the logic 4 says that if this figure that we have here is greater than or equal to 50, what do you get? You get a D. You get a D. And then below 50, you get below 50, you get let's see. So the last logic text is going to be if this figure is less than 50, what do you get? You get an F. So we put a F in it and then you close it. So here you close it once, but if you look at it, we just have one if here, and then this is the logical condition. The answer is true. We put it there. If the answer is not true, it moves to the next logic condition, and then it checks. If the answer is not true, it moves to the next logic condition. It checks. If it's not true, it moves till it runs through all the logics that we have done, and we have up to logic 5. So that is it. Once we hit enter, it checks. This is 34. 34 is below 50, and so the answer is 5. So you see, he ran through all the logic and then got the answer correct and then put it down. You can double click and send it down and it will evaluate all of them. D is 54 is D, 95 is A, 88 is A, 85 is A. So that is how it evaluates all of them for you. So that is the if as well. If as well. Very, very, very excellent. Very, very good. And then it is just fine for you. So I leave this one for you to be able to work on it. Once you have gone through the nested ifs, and then we have done the if in a current version, those who are on a current version like 2021 version, 2024, and then Office 365, you are able to use the ifs to be able to work on it. Those who have the old versions, you do the nested if. I want you to try the remarks. So what it is that if you get A is excellent. If you have B, it is this. So I want you to use the if, the statement, whether it's a nested if or is the ifs. Run it and then share in the comment below that you have completed the remark session successfully. Please just remember that this is 90 days Excel skills challenge and today is day 39. Today we are looking at the nested ifs, advancing logic with ifs and solving multiple criteria with the nested ifs. And we said we have the nested ifs and then we have the ifs as well. So you can go through and run it. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also to hit the bell so that you'll be updated anytime we upload a new video. Please invite your friends, colleagues, any other person that you know that you want the person to also hear this and learn Excel with us to keep us, all of us, strong in wherever we are. Invite anybody that wants to learn to also come and learn. It is just free. So let's all learn and empower ourselves. Thank you very much. Let's meet tomorrow as we tackle the final day for the week 8. Thank you very much and stay blessed.